Today's Monday, April 22, 7 a.m. So I took the opening trade and it worked for me. 22 ticks to the short side. This is the 1 minute chart. Alpine went on early today, so I saw that he took the trade. It looked like he got in long. I don't know, I'm guessing he got in somewhere above this bar, is my guess. I don't know. Or maybe he got in up here. But he lost some accounts today. I had my entry way above, figuring, okay, well, the high of day is not too much higher. So I just wanted to see it go clearly way above this if I was going to get into the trade. So fortunately, I didn't get ticked in. It wasn't even really close for me. My entry was like up here for long. And even on the bottom, I put it in pretty wide just to make sure. So anyway, whether I'm lucky or whatever, I'll take it. So I traded it on 4 contracts, or 4 accounts. Four accounts here. PA6 made $100 on PA6, trading 1 contract, and then 33 2 contracts, $212, 34 1 contract, $106, and 36 $212. So 36 is the one that the only trade I've ever taken is the open trade, and 2/3 of the way there. On this should be, I didn't update the days yet. This should be 9 trading days. This will be 11. This is 6. And then this is going to be 30. So yeah, on the 25K, I'm just trading 1 contract on the evaluation and on the PA. And the only reason for that is because I don't want, if the trade works against me for whatever reason, I just don't want to have to, well, if it works against me, I just want to make sure I have enough room to work with. So on 1 contract, I know if I add a contract, I've got plenty to work with at that point, versus if I'm in for 2 contracts and adding 1 contract, then it won't take much for me to blow up the accounts on those ones. So yeah, that's the trade. First trade of the day, 4 accounts. And I did do some playback testing over the weekend. I was testing out if I could do like 1 contract for 22 ticks and a runner contract for an extra 22 ticks, so 44 ticks on the second contract, and it mostly works like just the same. It seems pretty clear it would have worked here without even measuring it. So that's something I might do in the future, but right now I'm just not being greedy and just sticking to scalp only. And then eventually, after I continue to test it, there was one time in my testing where the scalp worked and then it didn't work for the runner and ended up working against me. And I messed up. I was trying to add contracts, but by accident I took myself out of the trade. So I don't know if I would have been able to work out of it or not in that case. But anyway, I'm going to switch over to my usual BS strategy now and get ready to trade the normal strat. So I'll trade PA7 as the next trade. Looks like one of my 4 accounts was took an entry that was not good, or one of my 4 charts took an entry that was not good. So I'll have to switch that. Oh, actually, let me turn off my screen here real quick. I just need to switch accounts on the YouTube chart so that we can see my next trades. All right. What is this crap about? Trump fan club. I'm bear and shorting till 26. Yeah, that's great, but you're just spamming my channel and I have got like barely any. I've got barely any viewers, so whatever you're talking about, this isn't the channel for that. So Trump fan club, I don't know what you're into, but we're not talking about whatever you were just typing up there. All right. So if you don't know, we're just trading futures here. NQ futures. It's the only thing I do. I don't care about anything else going on in the market. Does not matter to me. Okay, so I just added this chart and it just had an entry that didn't work. So I'm going to look for another chart again. Let's try this. All right. So just trying to get my bearings. Yeah, so Alpine looked like he took a loss on that opening trade on multiple accounts, but then multiple accounts he still was able to get out for the win. So kind of a mixed open trade for him today. So there was a whole lot of discussion about Alpine's opening trade this weekend on his Discord. And there's a new channel that was like posting kind of like a tutorial almost about it. But it's funny because she doesn't even seem like she's really traded it and she thinks she can teach it. So reading a lot of comments on the Discord. It's pretty interesting. And I guess she's got good marketing because her channel got like 1,700 views on the video about him and his trade. All of our other videos have like barely any views. So she's doing a good job of blowing up her channel. Pretty funny. right, so there's going to be a first entry, second entry here, but it's going to be pretty close to the opening price level. I kind of just don't like trading in this area going into it, especially now. Now it's way too close. If it was down here, there would have at least been room. And then right into the EMA too. So definitely not interested in this trade right now. Even if it engulfs, it'd be going right into the EMA, so I'm not touching it. Huge bar. This is going to basically trigger on two of my charts, it looks like. So it hasn't triggered yet. It seems like it, I can't imagine it doesn't trigger. It's on this chart as well as this chart. They look almost identical. All right, so again, just starting off with the open trade, New York Open, just, you know, it's like that trade works, and then it's pretty cool how I just feel really relaxed after. And now it's just about taking nice and easy trades that are clearly going to work with my system and being able to skip anything that doesn't. You know, before I was taking this opening trade, I would be sitting here with you know, all my accounts being flat and working on them one at a time, and there'd be a certain amount of pressure to, when I try to get as many trades during the day as I could, to get as many trades for each account. And now I'm copy trading, you know, four accounts on the one trade in the open, and I haven't experienced a loss yet, thankfully. But so all 9 times it's worked, and you know, once it works, I have 4 accounts that are taken care of for the day. I don't have to trade those accounts at all for the rest of the day, really. So, you know, now it's just a matter of, can I get 3 trades from my 3 other active accounts? It's really makes things, you know, just much easier in terms of not feeling like I have to push hard or anything. So it looks like this is on its way to failing, by the way, this second entry. That's why I stay out of these ones now. There was a time where I would have taken it because I just would take everything that sets up on a chart that's good. But now this chart is no longer good, and I've avoided a loss again. And this is how I think I went 17-0 last week, because I'm now seeing the areas where I should just stay out of trades and avoiding these situations. So now I'm going to have to look and see if there's other charts I can find, because I'm down to 2 at the moment. All right, so found another one here. So I'll go with this chart. And then let's see if I can find a fourth chart to work with. All right. Let's see. Do this. All right, so I'm back to having 4 charts again. And it's just, yeah, it's great to just have the one win in the books with the opening trade and the 4 account screen. And now I can just take my time and take the best entries. And see here on this chart. Looks like a second entry is going to set up here, potentially above the next bar. But it's still just in an area where I don't like it, so I'm not going to take a second entry along here. So again, PA7 will be the next account I trade. PA7, my worst standing account currently that's active. 500 below the starting balance. I got what, 650 in drawdown. So I'm still going to just trade 1 contract on it for now, just to make sure I have a little bit of extra room in case it goes against me. Give it a little bit of a chance to work out in my favor or blow up. But I know with 2 contracts, it's just definitely going to blow up. I mean, maybe I should be trading 2 contracts at this point with 650 drawdown. I was thinking I would get a couple more wins, hopefully, and then go for 2 contracts. I think these situations where like I have a setup to go counter trend, but just so clearly like there's just like a straight diagonal line, just pushing prices down. Even though I don't draw these anymore, I see it, and I don't want to take a trade right into that. And it's kind of like this range support is broken now. So yeah, there's another one kind of here, but I don't trust that one to trade off of it. And these are all, there's just nothing there that makes me like the trade. So I won't take that. Oh, I got the OCO thing still on. Okay. You can see there the chart traders on Sim, and so I'm still using the Sim leader on my replicanta. So Sim leader, and gets copied to my Apex accounts. All right, so I'm just selling off. I mean, to me, the obvious thing would be for it to close the gap at the dashed blue line. I mean, I think that's the destination most likely. Just makes sense. I haven't looked at the daily chart yet today. So, yeah, I mean, we've just been cascading down the past week. And this is just an inside bar right now. Had a nice push up in the overnight, but there's nothing to say that this isn't going to continue. I mean, potential support there, but it's not very strong. Potential support down here, still not very strong. I mean, it seems like it's going to go to like here. There. I mean, that's where the resistance became support. So to me, that's the next strongest place, really. I mean, where it is right now. But close below that. So I don't know. I don't really believe that's a strong level. Maybe. I mean, you got this here and this here. I don't know. I don't really get into trying to figure out the daily big picture, but this makes sense. It's going to close the gap at the dashed blue line, previous day close, and then we'll see from there. I don't think I would enter long before it reached that destination. I would just let it go, whether it works or not, if that were to happen. In here, I'm still waiting for that second entry to happen. So like maybe it forms here and triggers, but I'm not going to take it just because I think the destination is down here. So just going to play a little safe. Now it looks like it's not even doing that anyway. So, but what I would like is touch the previous day close and give me a setup. I'll take that. I also, by the way, downloaded the new Replicanto. So I'm now on 1.5.4.7. So we'll see how that one performs. So yeah, if I get set up down here, I think that would be pretty nice. Nice level for me. I've only got that set up on this one chart. The other three wouldn't have it. So I did that opening trade another, like, I don't know, I didn't count, but probably close to another 30 times. I had like 2 more losses. So I think I've seen a total of 4 losses in like over 100 days of testing it. So even with the 4 losses, it's like 96% trade. So I'm still waiting to see if 100 Lot ever comes back to say hi again. I haven't seen him in a while since he put his video on his channel, and curious if he's heard about all the commotion with this other girl that posted the Alpine trade and used his name, and wanted to see if he had any thoughts about that, but he hasn't been around, or at least not commenting. All right, so this is now approaching the previous day close to close the gap. You know, it's days like this where I feel like I know where it's going, where I just want to like pick an account and just sell, like sell anywhere. But I'm not at that point yet. Once I'm profitable, I can do that with some accounts, I guess. All right, if it sets up here off the low of the day, I'm not going to take it because I still think it has to get a little further down. So I really I want to see it, touch it, and legitimately close it if I'm going to take a trade down here. And even then, it's still going to be dangerous because, I mean, this thing is a sharp sell-off, but at least it gives me a reason to take it. If it sets up here, which it looks like it's going to, and trigger, then I'm staying out. Because it probably could just trigger and then go and close the gap. I mean, I'm not looking for very much, so it might hit my profit target and still work, but I'm not taking that chance. All right, and it's looking like it's going to fail. Let's see. It's definitely triggered here. It's trying to work. I really thought it would fail, and it did fail. Just because the destination, like I said, was the previous day close, right at 7:30. It's like, that's the expectation. I mean, I really probably could just short it underneath it, but that's not my strategy. So again, I got to throw away this chart. So now I'll be looking for another chart to trade with, or just trade with 3 charts. But let me see if I can find one more chart. I mean, I'm getting to such big tick size charts that maybe it's just not even worth it. I'll go with this. I mean, it's huge, but just to have it up in case something good sets up that I like, might as well. Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, all I do is I look for different size tick charts on the NQ where every second entry works for my profit target. And I like to find 3 or 4 different tick charts that are working like that, and then I trade off those charts. And my edge is to try to take as many of those entries as I can, but I like to take them more and more. I'm liking to take them off of key levels is the best areas to trade, or you know, like previous day close, previous day high or low. You can see, I mean, previous day low is still further down. Previous day high is all the way up here. Or just that there's not an objective reason to skip a trade, like when I was talking about not taking the trade into the opening price. Otherwise, I try to take everything that sets up for the most part. Yeah, I just refer to everything I just explained as the BS system. And it's just super simple. I wasn't even paying attention, but I actually got exactly what I wanted on this chart. But I was looking at some other things. But first entry, second entry, right off the previous day close is exactly the setup I was talking about. I would have wanted to take, would have worked. I had just switched to this chart, but I switched to this chart and I was looking at my other chart. So I just didn't even notice it, which is too bad because that would have been a great opportunity. So I guess technically speaking, this is a first entry, second entry below the green bar. Because it ticked below at the bottom of the green bar, went up, closed up, and then the next bar closed below it, but not a trade I'll take. So again, I'm not getting any entries I like. I missed one, but not getting entries I like from my system. But it's like it doesn't even matter because I took that opening trade on 4 accounts. If these were all PAs, I'd be up 636 across the 4 of them. Even if this works, it's not a trade I want to take. So it just makes my day so much easier and more relaxed and calm that I don't feel like I need a trade so bad. It still hasn't worked quite yet for the profit target. It looks like it probably will work, but All right, so it still didn't work for the profit target. So if it does come up here, I would have to get rid of this chart. So interesting day. I just don't know that I like taking a short anywhere down here. I am expecting a retest of the low, but it also just looks like one leg up. So far, kind of a budget day for my system. Luckily, I'm trading the opening trade. It takes just all the pressure off of getting a trade here. And it looks like that, yep. This, I think would have just been a loser. Almost, let's see. 1675. 16, almost. Just shy of where a stop should be by a tick. Even though I'm not even going to be putting my stops there anymore, but that's still how I judge whether a trade was good or not. Now it's going the other way. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like this is trying to set up a second entry short here on this chart. It's really doing it on all of my charts, but I think I'm just chilling here. This one that kind of looks the best, but I don't like how the bars are all stacked. I'm just chilling. I'll wait for a better one. It'll probably work since it didn't go up here and take out that trade on the other chart that I was looking at. But I don't know. When they look like this, I don't like it. All right, now it's not even triggering. So I'd say sayonara to that other chart. This one. I really think this is going to go above now, the way this looks. Yeah. This one's interesting because it's like, it's just weird. Anyway, that's a losing chart now. So I won't be trading that chart anymore. All right, got a really big tick chart now. I don't know that I'm going to really trade off of this, but just to have it in case I like something. But today's turning out to be somewhat of a pretty bunk day for me as far as the BS system goes. Just not wanting to trade this stuff at all. I wish I saw that one setup right here off the previous day close. I would have liked that trade if I saw it. And here I've got a first entry, second entry below this bullish bar. Well, not bullish bar, but right here. It looks like this one's going to fail. So another chart going bad. So, you know, on days like this where I just see chart after chart going bad, like one after the next, it's just like a sign of like danger. Be careful. Make sure you like your setup. It's kind of another thing I like about looking at multiple tick charts. It's just, you know, it gives me a little bit of a heads up, like, hey, you know, market's being a little erratic with these entries today. They're not staying consistent. So I'm not going to trade this chart anymore. So just going to be down to 3 charts now. I'm going to keep looking just in case, but all right, anyway, in the meantime, let's see now. Oh, and I forgot too, it's Monday, so I'm going to have to take my daughter to school today. So I'm actually going to have to stop at around 8:40, a little less than an hour from now, if not earlier. If I'm still waiting to hear from my wife if she's getting her up today or if it's going to be me today. But if it's going to be me getting her up today, then I'll have to stop around 8:10, which is another 25 minutes. So we'll see. I'll probably leave the stream on regardless, though, and come back and see what's going on if there's anything to do. So if this ticks below this bar, it'll be a second entry again. But the way we've already closed the gap, so to me the destination is already complete to the short side. I mean, yeah, I kind of do think that we should get a retest of the low the way this sold off. But I'm not going to take an entry off of this bar. And I'm just, you know, today my guard is up on my strategy just because I'm seeing chart after chart take bad entries. And so I know based on experience trading the system that, yeah, I'm just a little bit more wary of trusting the charts when I see that. Okay, it would have worked. The same setup occurred on all 3 of my charts at the same time. And on this chart, it triggered but hasn't worked yet. So see what happens there. So when I do pass one of these other evaluations, I've got, these two that are pretty close to passing are now. This one's even getting close to passing. We're 2/3 of the way there. 9 days traded on just the opening trade. So if one of those 350Ks pass, and I have two 50K PAs, then I'll start putting this 50K PA on the opening trade when that happens. I'm waiting to put it on the opening trade so I have a backup in case in case I get a opening trade that gives me a loss like it did for Alpine today. I don't want to be out of the 50K PA game. So I want to make sure I have one ready to go, or already going, and then I can add that trade to it. So it's great for days like this. I mean, if that happens, like instead of trading 4 accounts, I'll be trading 5 accounts. My whole game plan right now is to take advantage of that open trade, use it to the best of my ability, and try to build up as many accounts as I can on the one single trade like I see him do. And, I don't show it on live stream, but I'm taking the trade and I just show that I took it after the fact. Put in my review and show it, but I'm also not putting Alpine's name in my titles of my videos to like try to be clickbait and get people to watch me. I don't care about all that. I'm just recording my journey, and if people find me and they're interested, that's great. And anyone that's interested in that opening trade, I'll just refer you back to Alpine Trader. I don't think I can teach it. I think I just kind of have a really good idea of what he's doing. And but as you can see, like today, he was in long and I was in short. So it's not like I'm just trying to do what he does. I'm analyzing for myself how to do it. And there's going to be days where I do it very differently than him. And that's the thing about the trade that I like, though. It's like once you understand the concept, you make your own choice of where you put your order. So not everyone's going to do it the same way. And even if everyone's trading the same strategy, doesn't mean that they're going to be in at the same place or take the trade even in the same direction. A lot of days, it'll work in both directions. But man, I am thankful to Alpine Trader that he shows that trade because I'm taking advantage of it. So I personally think he's shown too much to too many people. When you got an edge, it's like you kind of want to keep it to yourself and not show too much of it. But at the same time, I'm thankful because I'm definitely going to take advantage of it the best I can. But yeah, I'm not going to try to teach it or tell him. I think that's the funny thing about this girl's video that she made end of last week and over the weekend, where she's purporting to be able to teach the strategy, yet she'll say that she doesn't really know Alpine strategy, but she's trying to teach it. It's just funny to me. And she has no history or proof of like actually taking the trades on any actual accounts. She's only taken them on sim trades, and then she's telling people how to do it, which I think is just hilarious. It's pretty stupid, actually. Like, what's the point of like making a thumbnail like, oh, trade this setup just like Alpine? It's his strategy, but yet I've never traded it on a real account, and not even a real evaluation, like nothing, just sim. And then she's going to tell people that she knows how to teach it. I mean, I could do that. Look, I've got 9 trades on the Alpine Orb. I can go and put it in my titles and say, hey, I know how to do it. I'm 9-0 on Apex. I'll teach you how to trade the system. Stupid. I'm not going to do that. All right, so all the second entries to the short side worked here. Not surprised to get the retest of the low the way it sold off. I'd expect a retest of the low. I haven't liked any entries for my BS system, so the only entry I've taken today was on the open trade at the New York Open. And today's just kind of one of those days so far. Just one of those days, not very happening for my system, but that happens sometimes. what did I do here? Should have. Let's switch this. All right. Yeah, this chart is done for the day. So I've got like 3 charts. They're all bigger tick charts. So just gonna take a long time for or a lot longer time for things to set up on these 3 charts. The new Flowbots Replicanto is pretty cool. It's got like, it's got a column for like average price. That doesn't matter to me. It's got a P&L column. What is this? There's something called side. I don't even know what that is. I guess I need to go through and see what additional property settings they might have on the Replicanto copier now. So I got 3 accounts to trade that haven't been traded yet, and not a whole lot of good opportunities to trade. I think I've really only seen one that I like today. This was the only trade I liked off of the long, and I didn't see it happen in real time. All right, now we're going to get a close below the previous day low, so our previous day close. All right, just not a very exciting day for me. I can't say it enough times. I'm so glad that I won on the opening trade, having seen it not work for Alpine when he got in. It would have been a bummer to have 4 losing accounts today, but honestly, I'm prepared for it. Like, I know it's not going to work every time, and just in my back testing, I've taken nine of them on Apex accounts here in the mornings. They all worked, but I've taken 4 losers now, if I remember correctly, in playback back testing. And so, I kind of, most of them, I think I could have avoided those losses, but 1 or 2 of them, maybe not avoidable. So it's going to happen. No system is 100%. So, I know taking out multiple accounts, I'm prepared for, okay, on any given day, I can get a loss and blow accounts on that trade. But the way I'm going to be trading my BS system now, it's basically going to be the same thing. It's going to be true. I could blow my account on any single trade I take because I'm not going to respect the the kind of MAC rule of putting my stop above the swing high of my signal bar. So I'll try to work out the trade or blow up an account when that happens. But at least on my system, it'll just be one account at a time right now. I mean, the way this market is looking, it's like I'm really not going to get any trades on the BS system today, but I just got the word that my wife is not feeling well and she needs me to get my daughter up and ready for school today. So I'm not going to be able to stick around. I'm going to have to go right now. So what I'm going to do, it's unfortunate, but what I'm going to do is leave my stream running. Okay, I'm going to save what I've got going on here in case anything happens, but I'm going to leave my stream running and I'll come back when I've taken my daughter to school. It's going to be a solid hour and 15 to an hour and a half from now. So I'm just going to, let's see. Say this. Sorry to anyone that's watching me, but Mondays are always tough because I typically have to take my daughter to school, and then on some occasions like today, I need to actually get her ready for school, which means I'm out of here even earlier. So at least again, this is how that opening trade is just gonna be killer for me. Typically I only get one trade per account, or each account. Every time I take a trade, I only take it on one account. So the fact that I trust that opening trade so much, I'm able to copy trade it to 4 accounts. It's like, hey, if I don't get another trade all day today, like I'm good. I've gotten a trade on most of my accounts, and as long as this thing is happening every day, like my usual strategy is gravy on top anytime I get trades on that to fill them in on the other accounts. And then eventually, if this opening trade keeps working, then more and more accounts will get copied on there, and then I'll use my strategy to fill in the rest, always having backups in case the opening trade goes wrong. So yeah, so that's the deal. So I'll be back at about 9:20 Pacific Standard Time. All right, so I gotta go right now. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget the 80% discounts going on. Gotta say all this stuff before I leave, right? You can use this code or any other. And the promo is going on till the 30th, so there's like 8 days left. 1 day pass is going on as well as I think it's half off resets. I never do resets, but if you have bigger accounts, resets are good because it's cheaper than buying a new account for 80% off. All right, I will be back at approximately 9:20 a.m. Pacific. All right, I'm back. Just sat down, haven't even looked at anything yet. What a nice rally off the previous day close. Just looking at my charts to see if any of these are still good to trade with. No, I don't have any good charts left. All right, so no charts. And it's my usual stopping time. What am I going to do? Maybe I'll take an account and trade it just completely based on the strategy, but just subjectively. Thing is, we have a bounce off the opening price again. Here's my opening trade. I don't know. It would have to depend on if I see something I like. But I can't trade the BS system anymore because I'm out of charts. So I'm back on the 1 minute and we'll see how it goes. If I see a reason to take a trade, I'll consider taking it. I mean, right now I've got a potential measured move up. What I don't like about it is it's like a clear 2 legs up already. And the opening price was resistance again. So let me think here. If I do take a trade, what account would I do it on? I guess I would do it on 34. I can also do too is look at these charts and see if they were they're good for just my usual 11-tick scalp instead of going for more. Take a look at that. I don't think any of these are still good for 11-ticks either. So really the only thing I could do is potentially just trade. Let's see. Scalp for 8 ticks. We'll see. I just have to find a reason to like an entry. But if I don't like anything, I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to see if something makes sense. I mean, normally I'd be done by right now. Normally I'd already be calling it a day, but because I missed the last hour and a half, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more. I mean, maybe I won't trade 34 because 34 has already got a profit for today. So maybe I will just trade, I could trade 7, I could trade PA7, or I can trade valuation 29. Maybe PA7 just because it's the worst off. I don't know. I feel like evaluation 29 is in such good shape as far as trying to pass soon. I don't know that I want to, it's funny, I don't know that I want to risk that one on just being subjectively trading, but I feel more comfortable trading a PA subjectively just because if I were to lose this account, I mean, it's practically lost anyways. The way the market's been moving, though, I'm not sure I'll find the scalp I like, but we'll see. All right, so the measured move looks like it's basically hit. It's largely just really a range day. Yeah. It's largely that. Broke out of the top, broke out of the bottom. I'm not going to leave this up here, but just as an idea of what the day is looking like. We didn't quite reach the measured move of the big leg up. Came a little short, which kind of makes sense in a range day. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing kind of come back down here somewhere. Down in here. Oh, I'll say that again. I've said it a couple times already today. You know, it's so awesome to have that opening trade at the New York Open now for my whole game plan. Whereas before, when I was just trading the BS strategy, I was just, you know, on days like today where I just wasn't liking any of the entries, and then I just started losing chart after chart after chart and not being able to trade on charts anymore. Today would easily be a day where and then I had to leave to take my daughter to school. Today would be a day I'd easily have no trade, obviously, as I only have one trade, and the only trade I have is the open trade. So it's like, it's so awesome to have that in my arsenal now. And, I guess I was fortunate today that I played it right, and I got in on the winning side of it, because I've seen on other channels that, some people got in on the wrong side and took some losses. So if I can continue to be this consistent with it, I'm still, I still have no losses on it, 9-0. So I went all last week, 5-0. And then I had a few trades the week before with it, and now today. So it's looking good for me. I feel, it's weird, I feel like very calm and confident when I take the trade in the morning, when I put my orders in. And, I know there'll be a loss at some point, but hopefully it won't come until long after I've passed these evaluations and potentially ride my 25K account to a first payout. And hopefully by then I will, or before then maybe, I will have passed some more 50Ks. And then once I have more 50K PAs, I'll start putting the open range trade on one of the 50Ks and hopefully ride that to another payout, in addition to all my trades that I'll take on my regular strategy. And so it's just kind of like a boost to what I'm doing on a day where I wouldn't have any trades. I've got one, and I am confident with it enough to take it on 4 accounts. And it's funny because I'm not confident to take my normal strategy on 4 accounts because I'm a proven 80% trader with that strategy. So I lose 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 10. But on the open trade, with all my back testing and with all the trades I've taken on Apex so far, I'm saying it's roughly at least over 96% winner, with over 100 trades taken. So when I'm talking about a 95% plus win rate on a setup, I'm going to take it on multiple accounts. All right, so I'm not going to trade much longer. I'll probably go till 10 Pacific, so another 20 minutes or so, and see if I can do something here on PA7. In fact, since I'm trading PA7, what I think I'll do here, I'm going to just turn off my screen real quick. I'm not going to use the copier. I'm just going to go right from the chart trader using the PA7 account, and then not risk any copier issues since I'm going for less ticks and not using my normal strategy. All right, so if I do take a trade, it'll just be directly onto PA7, no copier involved. And I'll essentially be doing, like how Alpine scalps. I'm not going to be using a stop. It's going to be moved way out of the way. I think NinjaTrader, you have to have a stop on your ATM for it to work. So I just made a stop that's far, far away. I've got 650 in drawdown, so it's not a ton of room if I'm wrong. But also, to be real, I'm very unlikely to get a trade unless I see something happening on the 1 minute that I just really like. in the next 20 minutes. All right, so unless I have some comments come in, I had a comment earlier. I don't know. It looked like very kind of like a bot kind of thing, but maybe it wasn't. But it was talking about being a bear, and it was mentioning all kinds of different stocks and talking about how he's a bear from here to there or whatever, something. I don't know. I'm just not interested in those comments on this channel. But if anyone has a comment about what I'm doing or what you're doing in relation to what I'm doing, I don't know. At least be about futures, you know, is what I'd say. If I see a comment about random stocks, it's just not the point of this channel. But otherwise, I do like comments. I'm going to just turn off my mic here and check out some other YouTube channels while I'm waiting to see if I see something I like. But yeah, pretty quiet day for me, and apparently a pretty quiet day for me is going to be just fine with my New York Open trade. So I'm happy regardless. This market is just so slow, moving sideways right now. Not able to trade my usual strategy because I've got no charts left for that strategy left to trade today. Normally I'd be done by now, but I missed an hour and 20 minutes of trading, whatever it was. So just putting a little bit more time in to see if there's going to be something here I like, just as a subjective trade on my PA number 7. I don't have much of a read on the market at the moment. When I got back, we were already pulling back from reaching this measured move all the way to the top. We got 2 legs down though. So it is possible that we got the 2-leg correction and now we're going to go make the bigger move to the high, which is kind of what it seems like it's trying to do. But very sideways action here, so I'm just going to keep it cool right now and see if I can pick a good spot to get in if I see something. All right, so to me it makes sense that this thing keeps moving up, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, there it goes. I'm expecting a retest of this high at the very least, but I've also got that measured move up here. So the thing is, I also wouldn't be surprised if the opening price, the white line, plays as resistance again. So it'll be interesting to see if it's able to actually make high of day or the measured move, or if it just gets stuck here at the opening price. But I think I had the right idea about price going up, but didn't really see a good way of taking a trade based on that. Yeah, just not a very exciting day for me. I'm pulling back again. Yeah, I really, in this spot, don't know what the market's doing. I mean, the only thing for sure that I can see is that it just looks very much like a range day. You know, looks like we broke out the top. It looks like we broke out the bottom. Looks like we're around the midline now. And, yeah, that's how I see it. So we're just kind of going sideways. This is a daily chart. It's just an inside bar. So, yeah, just nothing exciting for me. My strategy's played out for the day, so I can't even trade based on my usual strategy. So I'm just waiting to see if there's some sort of entry I like. But otherwise, I won't have another trade today, and just so happy that I have that open trade that I can trade multiple accounts now. So that's going to change the game for me here on a day where I would have no trades. I have one trade that is able to trade on 4 accounts, and then I'll come back tomorrow and do that open trade again, and then trade my normal strategy. And the way it's gone most of the time, I'm able to get multiple trades on the normal strategy. So even though I've only got one trade today, I'll likely have multiple trades tomorrow and be on my way to my average number of trades for the week again. Looks like somebody posted a YouTube video about my funded futures prop firm, and he got denied a payout. Sounds like there's all kinds of back and forth. He's accusing them of not paying out, and they're accusing him of some sort of cheating or breaking the rules. A lot of drama. I'll tell you, I think I don't think I've ever heard of Apex not paying anyone without a legitimate reason. And the rules are really simple for why you don't get paid out on Apex. So that's an example of why I don't try a place like my funded futures. They're new in the space, and I just don't think they have a proven track record. But they do have a proven track record of their one of their owners being in cahoots with someone making a bot and telling them to make the bot lose trades for the subscribers on purpose, and then he'll split the cut with the bot owner. So that's all I need to see to never trade with that prop firm ever. And then you hear stories like this where they're not paying out. Unclear whether the guy was doing something wrong or not, but that company has like all these vague rules, and it's not clear what's breaking a rule or not in a lot of cases. So on Apex, it's just super clear. If you broke the 30% consistency rule, you're not going to get a payout. If you break the you know, obviously if you hit the trailing drawdown, you're not going to get a payout, you know. Very few other reasons to not get a payout other than like windfall trading. That's the only other reason. So I don't know why people think they can just game the system and then throw a fit about it when they get caught. But I gotta say, Alpine seems pretty chill. I mean, he's got somebody like riding his coattails, putting his name in their title of their YouTube video, you know, so that people can search Alpine and their video comes up and get a bunch of views. And he's not even like, he doesn't even really care. He's being so cool about it. I'd be like, why are you trying to get a bunch of views by putting my name in your title? But he's not even saying that. I mean, I was like being so careful about using his name anywhere that I actually changed at one point on one day. I changed it to say the Alpine trade. Here are my stats. And then I took off his name because I just didn't want it to be like that obvious that's on the screen even. So I changed it to Alporb. Just, you know, I'm not interested in like just getting, you know, 2,000 views just because I put his name in my title or on the screen or whatever. And that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing the trade because I figured it out and I understand it and it's working for me. And I back tested the hell out of it and I'm having good results. And so I'm going to obviously use it to try to profit and fold it into what I'm doing. But I'm not trying to like use his name to like grow this channel or get a bunch of subscribers or views. So, and I'm also just, that's the reason why I'm not showing the live stream of the trade either. It's like, he doesn't show the live stream, so I'm not showing the live stream, you know, just cause why blow it up or try to blow it up? Like it's working. So if people catch on, that's cool. Like no problem. Like obviously everyone's going to do the trade a little bit differently. Like today I won the trade outright taking a short, and Alpine, who I, you know, first heard of the trade because of him and kind of learned what he did. I took it short. He took it long. I won outright. He won on some of his accounts, but blew up some of his accounts because eventually it came up here. But you know, same strategy and entered in different directions. So just goes to show it's like, it's not like a precise entry that everyone's going to do it the same way, no matter how many people know about it. So in that sense, it's a good thing. I think he could, you know, I think he could show it. I think I could show it. I think anyone can show it, and it won't really make a big difference because people are still going to blow up their accounts trying to take the same exact setup. I mean, this thing still looks like it still wants to go higher. It's 10 o'clock now. I don't know. There's really no reason for me to continue trading. Well, there it goes. I was kind of just hanging around to see if my theory would be right, that it's going to get back up here, retest this high, and potentially even get to the measured move. For all I know, it'll even get as high as retesting the high of the day. But again, I didn't see an entry in this that I liked, just trading subjectively. I think there's still the very real possibility that opening price rejects again. If it rejects again, I mean, we're going down to the lows. That's what I would think. Okay, looks like one leg up, two legs up. Sort of. Could be. Right to the open. So yeah, I'd say if it doesn't get to the opening price, I would be looking for a reversal to the other side, since it's kind of a range day. Big range. Yeah. So you can see these measured moves are pretty powerful. They give you a pretty good idea of what the market's going to do. I think the theory of the market moves in two legs, is a good theory. I learned stuff like that from Mac's price action trading system. But I gotta say, I'm not into Mac's rules anymore. I'm not into his trend channels. Not into a lot of the stuff he does. I'm especially not into ES. I like NQ much better. And look at this. All right. So, if I'm just going on my reads, I've got a winner in here, but I don't quite trust trading that way yet. I need to kind of practice it on playback. I've been sidetracked by this open trade, and I actually want to go through all of 2023 and do the whole year on it. So I think I got up to the end of February, and I did the very end of the year already. I did September through December. So I'm just filling in the rest of the year. And then I think once I do that, I'll start back testing, just being able to trade my intuition subjectively based on my read of what price action I think should or shouldn't do. But I think what I'm trying to work on is just being as much of a dynamic trader as I can. I've got a system where I'm 80%, solid 80%, maybe 80+%, depending on the way I trade it. And then I've got the opening trade now, which so far I'm 100%. I'm back testing and live 96%. So that gives me another avenue of being able to trade multiple accounts on one trade. And then the last thing I want to do is kind of be able to just take subjective discretionary trades based on intuition and based on my read of the market. So this is now done exactly what I thought it would do, basically, since I got back from my long break. So, the truth is, honestly, when I got back, what was it, 920? We're making the second leg down, and then we started moving up. I mean, anywhere around here where I started talking about it, if I just bought long anywhere, I would have won no matter how I played it. So it's something I'll work on at some point. But it's nice to see that, my reads on the market are continuing to be good. So here we go. We're basically at the big measured move. And then, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we retest the highs of the day, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't and we go the other way. So at this point, who knows? I don't have another read at this point. Said I was going to be done by now, but I don't have anything else to do at the moment, I guess, so I might as well just watch a little bit longer and see how it goes. Hopefully I don't trap myself into a loss somewhere along the way because I hung out too long. The other thing is, I was 17-0 last week. I think that's the number it was. And I'm 1-0 today, so I'm 18-0. And then if I remember correctly, going back even the week prior, I had a nice run after the earlier losses from the week. I think I was like 7-1 or something like that. So put it all together, I think I'm like 25-1 for my last 26 trades. Don't quote me on that. I think it's something around that number. I didn't go back and add it up and look, but that's based on my pretty crappy memory, but I think I'm somewhere in that area if I remember right for my last 26 trades. So I feel like I'm definitely doing some things better in the last week and a half, maybe. All right, so lunch hour is over. It seems like the volume's picking up a bit. The other thing, honestly, is like if you measure this leg down, measure for a second leg down, it didn't get anywhere near that, which was kind of another sign that I was going to go higher. Yeah, I wasn't really around trading at that point to be able to think about it, but that's the other thing that happens with the measured moves. That's always really interesting is when it comes up way short, then it tends to move strong in the other direction. So it's really kind of the only thing left from Max System that I still use, other than just the second entries themselves. But I put way less importance on trend lines and signal bars, and I like when a second entry is a triple test, but I won't take a triple test if it's not a second entry. I won't take anything if it's not a second entry according to my BS system. I won't take a failure. I won't take a triple test. I won't take a higher, or lower, or higher, low, or any of those things. So just like trying to keep my trading super, super simple now. Right, so this measured move is more than reached. Right. That measured move was basically right on the dot. This measured move was basically right on the dot already. And so here's the area where it gets real interesting. Yeah. Does it find a way to keep pushing higher, or does this thing start giving it up and falling back into the range? And this is basically the top of the range. Things like that. So we're right at the top of the range. So we'll see. All right, I'm literally going to watch for 10 more minutes and then call it a day. Do my review video and go do my thing. All right, so I guess I got up to 90 subscribers now. That's awesome. Thank you to everyone who's subscribing. Appreciate all the likes. see if I can build this channel just based on what I'm doing and not try to use other YouTubers' names to blow up my channel. Just do my thing and see if it works and if I can get to where I want to get to. All right, so now we really tagged the measured move fully. So yeah, I'll be interested to see. I mean, we broke out the top, we broke out the bottom in a more major way. So I wouldn't be surprised to break back out through the top again. Yeah. But this is definitely an area that's been a lot of resistance throughout the day. So kind of wouldn't be surprised either way. Another breakout or getting trapped inside the range and making its way back down here. If only I could figure out a way to just trade based on how I'm reading things, because yeah, it would have been a nice trade to just get long here. Like imagine if I could just get in long and figure out a way to just hold hold all the way up here. But I don't know how to trade that way. I don't have the patience for it. I like to just be in and out of trades, take my few ticks and be happy with a little bit of profit and move on. Maybe one day I can work towards something like that. So I feel like my chart reading is pretty good at this point. I feel like I kind of mostly have a good understanding of what the market's trying to do. And then, I mean, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have no idea. But I feel like I know when those times are too, most of the time. All right, so we're moving through the top. So yeah, I'm going to take this off. I don't really like to leave that on my chart. I just like to kind of put it on there sometimes when I have something in mind and just kind of look at what it looks like and then just do my thing from there. I mean, this thing definitely feels like it's going for a retest of the highs, right? I mean, I'm not going to enter all the way up here on that notion, but that's what it feels like it's going to do. I know that this is right in the area where there's all that resistance. So, to get in here thinking like, oh, well, it's going to retest the high. I mean, you could be drastically wrong, and this is where it rejects, which is maybe what's going to happen. We'll find out. It's also like the measured move was reached plus a little bit. So it's definitely an area where rejections can happen. Ugh, what a boring stream. I should start some drama with some other YouTubers. I don't know what happened. I used to have like 2 regulars that came in and would talk to me every day for like a few weeks. Haven't seen them lately. I don't know what happened to them, but it helps when I have people that come in and chat. It gives me something to talk about. So if anyone ever out there has some comments, please feel free. Anonymous Giraffe says, I think it means I'll talk to you, but what do you say? I'm sad today? I can't read it. There's like a thing in the way on my screen. Did you say you're sad today? Oh yeah, sad today. Lost 1 eval and 1 PA. Sorry to hear that, dude. It happens. It's definitely another thing I picked up from Alpine is just his take on trading prop firms and especially the fact of multiple accounts. And to me, if you're playing it where you always have another account ready to go, and so no single loss or account blow up is going to take you out of the game, it's not like you have to start all over from scratch, then I think like it doesn't matter if you blow up an account, like as long as you have other accounts still in the game and working towards the profit goal, you're in the game, you can still profit, and it doesn't take much to go from not profitable to profitable trading on prop firms, because you have to buy a lot of evaluations and a lot of PAs to really build up, a big hole in this game. So depending on how fast or slow you're going, for me, I'm in the prop firm game and into Apex for a little over $2,000 now. So one $2,000 payment on one account will get me basically break even. I'll still be a little bit red at this point, but you think about it, like the way things are going for me, where I'm starting to have a little bit more consistent success now. It won't take much for me if I continue on the path I've been on the last little bit here to get that payout. I might even, it seems like it might work for me, is maybe I'll get this account to a payout. I'll make 1,500, and then so I'll definitely be red by over $500, $600 or $700 maybe, and then maybe eventually I'll pass some more of these evaluations. I'll be in a little bit more red for those fees, but then I'll have an extra 50K PA. So then my plan is to start putting this 50K PA on the opening trade once I have another one, and then maybe I get that one to pay out. And then once I get that to pay out, I'm green all of a sudden. So it takes 2 payouts on, I'd be green from my Apex trading. Anonymous Draft says, so I'm happy though, because I had 3 other PA accounts, nice big wins today, already looking, I'm looking for next, locking in. I think he's saying, yeah, locking in next May 1 through 5 cash out. Yeah, there you go. So it's like, even though you lost an evaluation in a PA, you're gonna get some nice payouts in the next payout window, and that more than covers losing any accounts. I mean, the way I see it, for me, I go really slow. So when I trade an evaluation, it usually takes me more than a month to pass an evaluation right now, currently. I think that will change in the future. But right now, I'd say on average, it takes me 2 months to pass an evaluation. So 2 months at $30 for the 80% off, approximately $60. And then I've been paying the lifetime fee for the PA fee. So that's $140. So on average, I'm roughly around $200 for my PA accounts. So when you think about it that way, if anyone's out there like me, then you can just say, okay, well, $200 for a PA account, that's your max risk anytime you lose a PA account. And then one payout, and you're basically 10xing your money, right? For your risk of 200, you get 2,000 on the max payout. So it doesn't take much. Do that a couple times, and you're ahead of the game. And then you're using Apex's money to buy evaluations and pay for PA fees. And you don't have to be a great trader to start making money. I mean, all it takes is two max 50K payouts, so $2,000 on 2 accounts out of 10, and you're in the green, right? So you double your money just getting 2 payouts out of 10. So anything more than that, and you're making, you're making an actual profit, like nice profit, more profit than what most typical traders will make, So yeah, no reason to get sad. That's the whole thing that changed the game for me. I mean, even I lost a PA a week and a couple of days ago or something. Not last Friday, about a week ago before on Friday. I lost my longest standing PA. I got close to a payout multiple times, and it's crazy. I didn't even feel that bad about it, because having gone through the experience with that account, trading my system on that account only for the first 4 months of the year, there's so many things I learned that has made me a better trader with my strategies. So ever since I lost it, I've been on a roll, actually. I think the day I lost it, including the day I lost it, I've been on a roll. That was my only loss that day. And I think I was 7-1. And then I've been 18-0 since that. So sometimes it's take the loss, take your lessons from it, and figure out okay, where did I go wrong? Maybe I don't need to trade. There's so many different variables. Maybe it's taking a risky setup. Maybe it's just being too aggressive. Maybe it's not trading your normal setups and you're trading outside of your regular system. Maybe it's just being greedy. Maybe you're going for too big of a profit target. Whatever it is, you can look at it and say, okay, I'm doing well otherwise on these other accounts. Why didn't I do well on this account? And you just kind of adjust. And just make little adjustments. You don't have to make big drastic adjustments. And maybe it just tightens up your game. Right, so we are still moving towards that retest of the high. Not surprised. Been talking about that for quite some time. I really, even though I had this all in mind, had the move up to this measured move from here, I just didn't see any obvious entry to get in for a long. And even up here at the measured move, I didn't see any safe, obvious entry to get in for the long. So just sitting out. But it's nice to feel like I'm looking at the market and seeing things in a way that's basically correct. And so for anyone that doesn't have these sorts of things on their charts, I personally definitely recommend it. I mean, I'm not here to teach anybody or tell anyone how to trade, but to know where the high of the day is, to know where the open of the day is, to know where the previous day's close is, to know where the low of the day is. And then on top of that, to know where the previous day's high is and know where the previous day's low is. Those are all really important levels if they come into play as price is moving. So I definitely find value in having those on my chart. I know everyone trades different, but it's like one of those things that I picked up along the way, and I see so many times where it comes into play, like here, this huge rejection off the opening price, that created a 2 legs down, as a correction. So to just be aware of those levels can be really helpful. All right, so got the new high of the day. Got the new high of the day as expected. And now, I mean, anything's possible at this point, right? I have no idea. Like, this was the destination that I had in mind. And then it can sell off, it can skyrocket up. The daily's not going to give us much more information. It's just an inside bar, strong inside bar to the top side. There's a lot of time left in today's session. So truly, anything can happen from here. But I was really just in it to see if it would get back up here. And then, just out of curiosity, and since I was talking about it, doing that all the way from down here, now that's done that, and I don't have any charts left to trade my setups, my strategy, and no idea what's going to happen from this point on. I'd have to watch for a long time to kind of form a thesis. I'm just going to call it a day. So I appreciate everyone that's liking and subscribing, interested in following me on my journey. I feel like I'm definitely, even with one trade today, I mean, it's just so funny. It's like I've got one trade today. It's the newest strategy out of everything I'm doing, that I'm just started doing. I've done it for 9 days in a row, just the New York Open trade. And I've got 9 wins, no losses on it. So, been really good for me to be able to fold that in. It's funny, it just starts off my day really well. I come in, it's super early for me. I thought I was gonna have a difficult time getting up. I literally put off doing the trade for the longest time, like even thinking about like trying to figure it out or learn it or back test it or try it or anything, because I was struggling to even be on the chart by 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And just, honestly, watching Alpine Trader just killing it with the setup, I was like, you know what, like I'd be silly not to just see if I can figure out the trade and see if it works for me. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But, spent an evening doing like, I don't know, 25, 30 trades, different days, on playback. And it was like, I think I won every single one, or won every one, but one, something like that. I think I had one loss maybe. And to see that was like a 99% win rate. And then so the next day I literally took one on an Apex account and got a win. And so that's, it's funny how confident I am with that setup right now. So I've done three different days where I've done playback sessions for back testing. I've done over 100 trades all combined, including with my Apex accounts. I don't know the exact number because I didn't count them up. I'd say it's somewhere upwards of like 110 trades, and I've gotten 4 losses. So I'm over 96% with the strategy. And so, coming in today, there's been a lot of talk about the Alpine Open trade over the weekend. For anyone that caught wind of that, other YouTubers, like this one girl in particular, posting a video where she's like, basically like saying she's going to teach people how to do it and trying to teach people how to do it. But then her next breath says like she doesn't even know what his actual strategy is, and that she's just guessing. So I don't know why she thinks she can teach people how to trade the strategy if she's just guessing. But also she hasn't like shown that she has like any payouts from doing the strategy or passed any evaluations doing the strategy or anything. She's trading on sim. It's actually kind of stupid, honestly. I don't know why anyone goes on YouTube and says, I'm going to teach you something, and they haven't even proven that they can do it yet, but that's her thing. Anyway, and going on a tangent there. But yeah, I'm not trying to teach it. I'm trading what I'm trading, and I appreciate anyone that's interested to, see where this all takes me as I move forward here. So I'm going to wrap it up. The 80% discount going on. You can use this code or any other. Definitely just make sure you use a code, whoever's code you want to use, and never pay full price. And 1 day pass goes on through the 30th with that 80% and half off free sets. and like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Look out for my review video. I'll record that next. Get that out. Should be a pretty quick one since I only have the open trade to show and then not much to talk about otherwise. So we'll see what happens, but it should be a quick one. And I'll be back at it tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Hope you had a good trading day.